inside the new workshop now. This is the storage area, so we've got a nice new workshop now. Not quite finished yet, but it's coming along. Anyway, we're now going to be looking at the turret and seeing what we need to do with that. There are some issues with it, and I'll quickly show you what it looks like I've got to do. Okay, right, here's the upturned turret, and I've taken the barrel off, and here's the barrel, kind of telescopic type thing really, but it needs fixing, and in the end of it, it looks like it's got a sort of a steel muzzle bit for firing a firework or something like that, but not sure we'll be doing that, so won't worry about that. So inside we've got the servo, which controls the gun elevation and recoil, and unfortunately it's just mounted on a piece of wood, which is not too good. I suppose it's quite effective, but we might have to improve that. Then we've got the turret rotation servo, and then we've got some bearings here to make it run easily, and there's one missing here. So we've got to replace that, and that's the turret location onto the deck. So inside we've got a motor here which does the gun elevation, and as you can see, the motor has got a lot of play in it, so that causes this to oscillate up and down when the tank's moving along, which doesn't look very realistic. So we've either got to add some mass to this, or we've got to put some sort of spring damper on the end of here, to either pull this so it doesn't oscillate so much. Well, I mean, you could use elastic bands, but I'm not sure I'll do that, but I don't know yet. But that's what we've got to do, because we've got to stop this movement up and down when it's moving along. So that's about it really. Not much else to do on the outside. Not much to do on the outside. Bit of rubbing down and that. There's no fixtures to be missing. I've taken the hatch cover off, and I think that's to do with the firework firing mechanism. So that's it really for this. A little bit of work on it, but not too much. Right, we're back. Been doing a bit of work. Now I'm just going to show again, after a little bit of time, what I've actually corrected on the turret, and you'll see it's a little bit different now. So let's have a look. Hey, now as you can see, we've been doing a bit of weathering, and it's getting like a bit rusty now. So that's kind of cool, and maybe sometime we'll show you how we achieve that. But anyway, in the meantime, I'll show you that I had to replace this motor. This is the elevation motor, and what happens is, if you don't have it on a proportional part of your channel, even though this is only 3 RPM, this motor will continue to go, obviously travel, and it hits the base of here, and then causes a lot of damage to the inner part of the gears. And over here we can see that he's actually stripped a bit of the gear off of the old motor, so that's no good, is it? So we've replaced this with a similar one for about £40. That's okay, and rewired it, ready to go. Now we've also rewired this little micro switch here, which when this excuse me, when this arm of the servo comes around and pulls back the recoil, it will activate this micro switch, which will in turn activate the flash in the barrel, which is what I've got here, which is in fact two very powerful LEDs. They go in the end of the barrel, and also an additional wire here, which is going to go to my smoking unit, which is going to hopefully blow smoke out the barrel, but I don't know whether that's going to work or not, so we'll see. Anyway, that concludes work on the turret. We put a little bit an O-ring in here, a stretched O-ring in here, and that's actually restricting the amount of sort of nodding that's going on here. to make it look a bit kind of more realistic and keep this motor in check. So that hopefully will look a lot better than it did before, and other than that we'll have to put some sort of damper unit in there. But it's definitely looking a lot better now, and the next stage is to show you what we've done on the body. Well, I just thought I'd show you the inside of the tank. Now it's virtually complete, ready for assembly. So batteries are back in. We've got the main amp fuse I've put in here in the main line. What else have we got in here? We rebuilt the exhaust ports because they were pretty ropey. And you see here we've got an additional unit here. We were taking smoke from this unit and the main unit in it into a separate unit here, and then a pipe here, and this is the pipe that's going to go up the barrel. And then we've got in here, we've got an air solenoid valve here, which is going to blast air into here, and I've attached a small valve in here to stop it going back up the exhaust pipe, and then that's going to be powered here by an air unit which we've made out of an old spray can, and we just soldered in a bike valve into here so we can pump this up to about 40-50 psi, and that will release air into there on the solenoid and hopefully blow the smoke out of the barrel. Well, that's the theory anyway, and that can then just sit in there like that. So that's that. So we just got to put this speaker back on, and we're all ready to assemble. Oh, just one more point. You see these chains here? Well, they were not as good as I thought, and they were riding up on top of this sprocket here. So both these motors were not in line, so I had to pull them out and realign them so that they would run perfectly, which you wouldn't have known. But so that was that. Now she's all ready to assemble, and you can see what it looks like. Yeah, so the next stage is just to show you what rusting we've been doing on the body, because this one's going to be a rusted tank, for one better word. And it's a process I've used in the past. Maybe we'll show you sometime how to do it, but it's too difficult to show at the moment. But I've kind of done a lot of work on that, and we should be almost ready to assemble the body and everything else, and then we'll show you if this smoking unit, this blowing smoke out of the barrel, works. It does work on the small Dayton ones, the small hang-along ones, but the pipe is a lot smaller, so you get a better sort of puff, and they use a pump, but we can't use that, so it's not big enough. So we'll hopefully we'll crack on and get that done, and then we'll show you what the rest of the body work looks like after I've done sort of put it all together. So catch you soon.